Chapter 9. This game introduces many new concepts, but don't worry, we'll experiment with these programming concepts in the interactive shell first. Some data types such as strings and lists have functions that are associated with their values called methods. We will learn several different methods that manipulate strings and lists for us. We will also learn about a new type of loop called a for loop and a new type of data type called a dictionary. Once you understand these concepts, it will be much easier to understand the game in this chapter, Hangman. Hangman source code. This chapter's game is a bit longer than our previous games. You can either type in the code directly into the file editor, which the author recommends, or you can obtain code from the book's website. We're going to be typing it in. This is one of the many cases where you just simply won't learn to program if you don't type the code in. Okay. Alright, so this is going to take quite a long time to type in. I'm going to start typing and I'm going to pause the video as I go and then just kind of check back in with you on the video. So you won't see me actually type the entire thing this time. That's interesting. Okay, so that is three single quotation marks. Two spaces plus dash 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 plus enter. This is a pipe, so it's right above it's usually above your enter key, so it's shift and then it's above backslash. Space, 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 pipe. Enter. Space, 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 pipe. Oops. Space, 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 pipe. Okay, and I'm going to start using copy and paste kind of heavily here. Okay, so we want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so now we're down to the base. Want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Actually, we just want 2 beyond the pipes there. So we want 2 beyond this row of pipes, or that column of pipes there. Okay, and then we have the punctuation is what's going to be the most important here. So you want to make sure that your punctuation gets in there properly. Okay, and by punctuation I mean these quotation marks, right? Okay, so now we have our first set. Now to do this quickly and efficiently, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just copy this first one and paste it in for the second one, right? Because it's an exact copy. It's an exact duplicate with just a single difference in it. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to put in just a 0. So that's the only change, right? So the first one and the second one are identical except for the 0. So I just copy and paste. Okay, so now I'm going to copy. It's very important if you're going to start copying and pasting, it's easy to make mistakes. So you notice that this comma right here is really the separation between the two. So I just go up and I do from comma to the character right after the last comma. Copy it and then paste it. Okay, so on the next one, the only difference is that we delete a space just under the head. We add a pipe for the body. Okay, I go back up, I copy that one, copy, paste, and now we're adding a / whoops, I took away my spaces there. There we go. Just add a couple spaces in to make it work. Okay, so there we have one arm. Okay, and then we're going to add a second arm. And I keep adding it in here. So now we're on this one. We're on the add the leg portion. Okay, so I go back up, copy, and paste. And now we're down below here. So we're going to go. It's easy just to add it in, then remove one or the space that you need to remove there. That's what I'm doing in this case. So copy and then paste it in. Okay, and now we're going to make our other leg. Oops. Okay, there we have it. Okay, now look at the very last part here. Notice that the very last line, there is no comma after the last one, so I have to make sure that the last one doesn't have a comma or it can result in bugs. Copying and pasting can do that. Remember, when you copy and paste, if you copy and paste a bug, you're copying and pasting many bugs that you'll have to go back in and do, or back in and correct. Okay, so I hit enter. Alright, and now I get to my words equals. So now I'm defining a words variable. Okay, so cougar, coyote, crow, deer, dog, donkey, duck. I'm noticing a theme here. Eagle, ferret, fox, frog, goat, goose, hawk, lion, lizard, llama, mole, monkey, moose, mouse, mole, newt, otter, owl, panda. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and pause the video here while I finish typing out all the names of these animals. I'll be right back. Okay, so now I've gone ahead, I've typed in all the names of the animals here. So words equal. So I have this long string. Okay, now I know it's hard to see because my window is so short here. You can actually turn on text wrapping, which I'll show you in a few minutes. But so basically, it's a long string inside the parentheses, but at the end then we add this method. So period, and then we do split. Okay, and we'll talk about split in a little while. Okay, but it's important. So add your dot split onto the end there. Okay. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and continue typing in our program. Notice that I'm down on the line 61 here. Okay, so we're going to go def get random word. Okay, we're going to pass in word list. We're going to make sure to do our comment. It's always great to have a comment inside a function so we know exactly what that function is doing. Okay, so I've typed in the get random word. So basically, we send in word list, which is an array. Okay, you don't know what an array is yet, but it's basically just a list of strings or anything else. You know, it's a list of something. Okay, so we basically go the word index. Okay. Equals random int 0 to the length of the word list. That's the number of items in the word list. Okay, minus 1. So that's the number of words that we passed. Minus 1. Okay, and then we're going to return our words. So we're going to say word list, and we're going to say the item. Okay, so the item in that list, say I had 10 items, we're going to say pass item number 9 or pass item number 8. So our word index is going to be saying that. So we get a random number between, say if we have 10 words, it would be between 1 and 10. And then we say, okay, give me item number, whatever the random number was, like 8 or 7 or whatever. Okay, so we have, there's our definition. Notice I'm being kind of careful to make my line numbers match up with the line numbers in the sample code. That's going to really help with when they start to reference the sample code inside of the instructions. Okay, it's giving me a syntax error here. It's interesting. It's saying invalid syntax, and I'm not sure exactly why it is saying that. There we go. It's always the colon for some reason. Okay, so we got print. Hangman picks. And then we go len for length. And we're talking about missing characters. Missing letters. Okay, and then we're going to put print. Okay. Say print missing letters, colon. And we're going to put end equals and this has how many spaces? Looks like one space. For, and this is a for loops, for letter in missing letters. And we're going to say print letter colon or comma end equals and then we're going to go ahead and print an extra line after our for loop, so it's outside of our for loop. Okay, now we're going to say blanks, variable blanks equals, that's the thing we're going to print for our blank, okay, multiplied by the length of our secret word. Okay, let's scroll our book up here. Okay, so we're going to say for on 77. Okay, so for I in range len of secret word again. This is, and our comment tells us what we're going to do. This is going to replace blanks with correctly guessed letters. Okay, so we're going to replace our blanks with correctly guessed letters. Okay, so in our last loop, we printed the missing letters. Okay, so we basically put blanks equals. So we had blanks equals, so with our variable blanks is going to be the number of, it's going to be a dash underneath, the number of letters in the entire secret word. So now what we're going to do is we're going to loop back through the secret word and replace those blanks with any numbers that have been correctly guessed. Okay, so blanks equals blanks blanks is colon I plus secret word colon secret word I plus blanks. Okay. Ooh, and I missed something. Okay, so I had my if statement, or so my for statement I had, but I forgot my if statement. Remember, it's 4 spaces each time. So if the letter, which comes at secret I, okay, so I'm sorry, secret word, if the letter at the position I is in correct letters, okay, then we're going to change the blank at position I to the letter at position I in secret word. Okay, so, and we'll explain all this later when we go through the text of the book. Okay, so basically we just we replaced all the blanks in our blanks variable with the corresponding letter in secret word if that letter has already been guessed. Okay, and we'll go through why that, how this works in a few minutes here. Okay, now remember we have to keep all the spacing lined up, so I'm still the equivalent number of spaces away, so I'm 4 spaces away, I'm inside the def block still. So we're going to say for letter in blanks. So we want the letter in blanks. Okay, and now we're going to keep our comments. Remember, comments are really going to save us later. So show the secret word with spaces in between each letter. Okay, so we say print letter end equals. Okay, so remember that this is basically replacing the line break at the end of the print statement with a space, right? Okay, and remember, look at the print comes back out. So print on line 83 is not in the for loop. Okay, so we loop through all the letters in blanks. We print them out with a space between each. So some of the letters in blanks, in the blanks variable, are going to be the dash, right, for no letter, and some are going to be the correctly guessed letters, just like we programmed it. Okay, so we're on line 85. We're going to go def get guess already guessed and colon. I'm going to put in a comment, returns the letter the player entered this function makes sure the player entered a single letter and not something else. Okay, so we're inside the def block, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to do a while statement or while loop. So while true. Okay, now that's kind of dangerous. So we do a while loop and true is the condition. So this while loop must have some kind of a break inside of it. Okay, otherwise the while loop would go on forever. Okay. Okay. So inside of your okay, we're inside the def. So basically, at some point, we're going to get a return guess, which makes us exit the loop and the function. Okay, print guess. Oops. Print guess a letter. Okay, and we say guess equals input. Okay, so the person enters a guess. Okay, now we're going to take guess, whatever they entered, and we're going to say guess equals guess dot lower. Okay, so basically we're going to change it into lowercase, whatever they entered. Okay, now if the len of guess, so the length of the guess string, does not equal 1, okay, then we're going to tell them to enter a single letter instead. Okay, we're going to print you have not entered a single letter. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and elif. Okay, so else if. That's so elif. So this is like all in the same if statement. Okay, so if the first is true, then it's going to do that. If it's not true, so if the guess does equal 1, if the length of the guess does equal 1, it's going to go ahead and test this this elif. Okay, it's short for else if. Okay, elif guess in already guessed. Okay, so basically if the string that's in guess is also contained in already guessed, then print you have already guessed that letter. Choose again. Okay, elif guess not in, and now we're going to give the string of the alphabet. Okay, so A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. Okay, so if it's not in that string, then we're going to print please enter a letter. Okay, and then else, return guess. So if it gets to else, we're assuming that it is a correct guess. It's a letter they haven't chosen before, and it's a legitimate guess. Okay, so def, play again. Okay, so that get guess is a lot of the logic of the game, just contained in that single if statement. Okay, so this function returns true if the player wants to play again. Wants to play again, otherwise it returns false. Okay, print do you want to play again? Yes or no. Okay, now what we're going to do is okay, so now we're getting a little bit tricky because we're stacking built-in functions on top of each other. So we're going to say return, we're going to say get input, so that's going to cause an input box to pop up. We're going to convert that string to lower. Okay, so and we're going to test the value to see if it starts with y. Okay, so basically we get the input box string back, we change it to lower, and then we see if it starts with y. Okay, so basically we're going to return either true or false. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get down to line 106, and we're going to go print hangman, and we're going to define missing letters. We're going to find correct letters. We're going to find secret word. That's going to be equal to the get random words function. Okay, we're going to go game is done equals false. Okay, so we're going to go while true, display board. Missing letters, correct letters, and secret word. Okay. Now we let the player type in a letter. So we call the getGuess function. Okay, missing letters plus correct letters. If guess in secret, so if a string guess is contained in a string secret word, okay, we're going to go correct letters equals correct letters plus guess. So we're going to concatenate the correct letters with the new guess. Okay, now we comment check if the player has won. Okay, so we're going to say found all letters equals true. Okay, for I in range len of secret word, so length of secret word, and so we're going to loop through if secret word I not in correct. Okay, so we're checking that the letter if the letter at the position I in secret word is not in the string of correct letters, okay, then we're going to say that found all letters is false. Okay, so found all letters equals false and break. Okay. So we come back out of the for loop and we say if found all letters, so that should still equal true if we found all letters. We're going to say print yes. The secret word is, okay, so we're going to add secret word, right? The secret word is, so we start our double quotes, then we concatenate the secret word. You have won. There we go. Okay, so we go ahead and hit enter. We say that the game is done equals true. Okay, so game is done equals true, and now we're going to get to the other side of that, so we say else, and we say missed letters equals missed letters plus guess. Oh, so I almost made a mistake there. So this else is on the same level as that first. This first if, so it matches up. If guess is into your word, else missed letters equals missed letters plus guess. And we're going to check. We're going to check if player has guessed too many times and lost. Okay, so we say if len, so the length of missed letters is equal to length of hangman pick, so the number of pictures that we say, so we could add the length of the game by adding pictures, -1. Okay. So we got if the length of missed letters is equal to the length of hangman picks, okay, that means they've lost, right? Okay, we're going to say display. This is going to be the same call as before, so we're just going to copy it. Hangman picks missed letters, correct letters, and secret word. Okay, now we're going to give them the message that's saying that they've basically lost. We're going to say print. You have run out of guesses. Okay, remember we have an escaped character of new line. After Missed letters. So a string of the length of missed letters.
Notice the text is the exact time. Seems a similar shade of teal, doesn't it? And that couldn't have been more perfect.
The word was
I'm guessing Adam's language. Mine's just a little bit of a problem with when you guess a number higher or when you guess
the word was secret word.
What if he gets over 20?
Okay, we're gonna go plus.
What if he gets over 20?
Okay, so I think that's it there. We got our print, we have our message, and then we're going to set the game is done as true.
It says it's too high.
I have it.
Okay, so that's it for the logic of the game. Now we're just going to ask if the player wants to play again.